Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Morning Garden. I'm going to talk a little bit about the keys to your garden. And if you'd like to leave some comments, I really do appreciate those comments. And I like also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Okay, now that we got that junk out of the way, let's talk about creating super soil, as it says in the title, super soil. It is cheap. Actually, in most cases, it is free. Super soil. Um, I'll give a good example. I was talking to a good gardening friend of mine online, or morning, excuse me, not morning gardener, that would be me, but I'm talking about the food forest permaculture. And what we were talking about is I had a tree cut down about 2 years ago, and they grounded it all up. And I told them leave it in the yard, but I did some shots of uh, the chips, and the chips are just full of all kind of ivy. And I remember Food Forest Permaculture said, if you leave it there and let it just sit for about a year, it should be good. I wasn't in a hurry to use it, so I just left it. It turned into some of the blackest, prettiest soil you ever want to see. And I started using it on everything and noticed that plants such as crops and roses, um, blackberries were growing incredibly fast and incredibly vigorous plants. And I said, wait a minute, huh? So I looked down in the pile again, and it started growing all these beautiful weeds on top of it, where the the bark was laid at, and it turned into this black, pretty, incredible soil. And how much did it cost me? $0. They left it here. And I had another place that I used to call to deliver Arbor company, I think it is Arbor Day Company, and they used to bring it here and deliver it. The only problem with that is that I told them don't deliver unless I am home, because if they come there, they'll drop it. They'll drop it in your driveway. They might drop it in front of your house, but you want to be there when they drop it because that's your property you're looking at. So what happened? Hello, how you doing? It's Sue Miller. And what happened was the wood chips were used to not only fertilize my crops, but my fruit trees, et cetera, et cetera. Pots that I kept out on the porch with plants, it was used for that. So creating soil is just a matter of knowing, what you can use in your environment. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't use any chemicals in my grass. And what I do is I cut my grass and I put a bagger on it. And when I put that bagger on it, I use that to collect the grass clippings. And those grass clippings are used in my garden. I use them as mulch. I use them. I make a liquid um, tea out of it. Grass with the weeds mixed in. And I'm telling you, once you start doing this, because times are going to get real tough. You already see all the stuff that's happening in the news. This is just the beginning. And you want to make sure that you use your environment to help you survive. The thing about it is that they will deliver wood chips to you. A lot of companies will. And you want that. It's a benefit to you. But do not order them unless you have enough room on your property. They will bring a truckload. They're not going to bring a couple of pieces there. They're going to bring, say, I do that, rain, water, grass, and Oh, okay, there you go, Miss Miller. There you go. All right, there we go. Somebody else let's see, Morning Gardener. Hello. Hello to you as well. Yes. And it is best that when you do your gardening this year, when the weather starts breaking the way you want it to, already have your seeds started, already have that going. Then turn around and get your soil together. The most important thing, get your soil together. Because if you don't, you're going to put plants in the ground and they're going to be stumped and they're going to be looking for food and they're not going to have food. They're going to have just soil that's very, very much leaning towards not having enough nutrition. You want your plants to have nutrition. You want your plants to have the best water. That's why I have a rain barrel system set up so I can get that water in and take care of my my trees and my crops. Think about it. Now I have a small system. It's 100 gallons. My neighbor's getting ready to make one that's going to be about 200 gallons, and he bought the barrels for like he was telling me something like $5 a piece, and he was lucky because they cost more than that. Some people go and get them for $60 and up a piece, at plastic barrels, 55 gallons. I don't recommend that. That's a lot of money to me. See how I did that? I said to me, instead of just assuming that, well, you know what I mean. But because I don't believe in dumping a whole lot of money in the garden. I just don't believe in it. I believe what you want to do is use everything that's in your garden, tree branches, cut them down, cut them up, lay them around your fruit trees. Um, when you do cookouts, if it's an apple tree, cut some of them branches up about that long, drop them on the coals, and then you got burgers that have that apple flavor. That's good. Cherries is the same thing. Cherry tree, do the same thing to it, and that's how you want to survive. Because why would you go to the store and buy wood in a bag for $5 and $6 and $8 that you can already get from your fruit trees, whether it be peaches, apple, cherry, like that. So that's how I do it. And I use also the branches, cut them up, put them at the base of the tree for fertilizer. Because I was getting ready to buy something called tree fertilizer. They little stakes. You pound them in the ground. I said, wait a minute. I ordered one box. Somebody stole it off my porch. And I said, oh man, somebody's doing that pirating thing where they're stealing packages off the porch. That's not good at all. I can't wait to get my new computer monitor that's coming in probably Tuesday, Wednesday, or something like that. I can't wait because I'll be able to put them up there, and you won't see the picture blinking in and out like this. You know, that's what I'm looking for. This year I will try land care planting. I say yes, plants. I mixed some types of seeds. I say fertilize just plants. This is survive. Keep these seeds and other plants. I see and okay, that's great, Miss Sue Miller. Thank you. That's how you do it. Me, I'm going to do uh, a little bit of micro dosing. Like I said, I'm going to make tea out of grass clippings. I get me I usually 32-gallon trash receptacle, and I put about 25% or a quarter of the way up with grass clippings and weeds. I don't care what kind of weeds it is. Let me. Oh my goodness. Let me explain something. I am the kind of person, and if you don't know this already, some people that don't know this, I don't make my garden complex. I don't care about my garden being all neat and pretty and everything in little rows. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't really care for it. However, hello everyone's. How you doing? Um, so I get everything in line, and what I do is I cut the grass, I collect it, and if there are weeds in there with the grass, they get cut too. And I take them over, dump them in my 32-gallon container. That's either halfway or all the way full to the top. I let rainwater hit it. I use some water from my house if I feel I can afford it. But what I do is I put their grass clippings in there and let them sit for 2 to 3 weeks. Set it away from the gate where your neighbor is and where you live, because sometimes they can, for the first week, they can create a little odor. Um, However, once you do that, that is a powerful fertilizer, and you pour it down at the base of your carrots, and you pour it down at your tomatoes and your pepper plants and all of that, and that's what you do. And the rain, as it rain, will keep filling it back up, keep filling it back up, and then you put your grass clippings around your plants. Now that's going to do a couple things. Putting it around your plants, that's going to keep the soil temperature moderate. So when you have them hot, scalding hot days, your plants are not out there saying, "Ugh, water, water." You don't want that. That stresses the plant out. And you also don't want your plant sitting out there in a situation where they're not getting nutrients. So you put the grass clippings around your plant in a kind of somewhat wide circle around each plant, and the rain will come, it will wet that area, and it'll stay moist. It will also attract biology around the roots of that plant. And when that happens, folks, let me tell you something. You're going to wonder why you haven't been doing that for years. Some of you that haven't done it, you're going to wonder why you have not been doing this for years. Going to the store, buying a $12 or $16 bag of fertilizer is an absolute atrocity. And I'll tell you why. You read the directions on the back of that pack and see what's made of. It's made of farm waste. You're paying $16 for animal poop and weeds and whatever else they can scrape up and put in that bag. You're paying for that. Your own ground that you live on, uh, provided you have enough ground. If you have grass growing that you have not put any weed killers in, you can use that. The weeds that pop up that have the deep tap roots that go down into the subsoil, and when it goes into the subsoil, pulling up all kind of minerals and everything. You want that. Just stop thinking of weeds as your enemy in the garden, because they're not. Weeds are telling you what your ground is lacking, and they're trying to repair it. That's why weeds grow. They repair your soil. And when you put these forces together, you could use weeds and grass as a weed guard around your plants, so that weeds are not coming right up on your plants that you're trying to grow. You put them around it, and they'll turn brown, and they'll keep that area clear. Let me see what we got here. I sent you a seed exchange giveaway in Baltimore. Uh, did you get the notice? I don't remember getting a notice. Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't know when you sent it, but I didn't get the notice. Please reply. may be overdue for refill. At CVS pharmacy in Napoleon, they are running low on text. It's a yes to refill. This is a store that CVS is a pharmacy, and they've been trying to contact me. Horrible, horrible service. So I stopped dealing with them. I went back to Walmart. Okay, March 15th. Church, Baltimore, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Baltimore, free from seed swap and giveaways. Wait a minute. Miss Sue Miller is talking about something that's happening in Baltimore. Let's see, March 15th, St. Louis Church. Campaign, Baltimore, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Baltimore free farm seeds giveaway. Huh. Thank you for that. Someone to read that and be able to use it. Right now, I'm good on seeds, but I know some neighbors that are looking for seeds, so I'll pass that on as well. Thank you. Let's see. Oh my goodness, excuse me. So, soil, good soil. I look like the headless gardener, sort of. Um, but so what happened was, I'm ready. I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to get started on a garden. Good soil, and it's amazing to see how the plants grow when you get that soil right. When you get the soil right the way it's supposed to be, it's amazing. Growing big, sweet tomatoes or maters, as some would say. The other thing is peppers. Now I don't know why I'm growing so many peppers this year, but yes, I do. It's a pepper that I really like. They sell the seeds on on eBay. On eBay. In fact, some places look at how they're graded though. Some seed companies on um, eBay will sell you seeds. Basically, that's it. Sell you seeds. And I went there to get things that I cannot get in uh, Lowe's and also Home Depot. Can't get them. One is a seed called Big Jim. Big Jim. I saved some seeds last year, Big Jim seeds, and I cannot find them for the life of me. I don't know where they are, but um, I still have some left uh, in my possession, Big Jim seeds. I'm glad I kind of overbought because when I looked in there it was the seeds. Now, what will happen this year, Lord willing, everything, I will grow. What am I saying here? I will grow the seeds. Once I get them going, I will uh, uh, save some seeds again. This time, I'll make certain that I put them right where they belong so I can find them. And so I put those seeds up and I can't find them, cannot locate them. But you're going to let them turn red and then you're going to collect the seeds. That means the seeds are mature enough to collect with peppers. And so Big Jim is a large, large pepper that grows like a chili pepper. And they're large. They're large. And they got like a mild hotness to it. Not anything that's gonna kill your mouth, not anything that you're gonna eat and say, well, I don't notice it's that hot. You're gonna notice it's hot, but you're gonna say, okay, I can stand this. And you chop them up and you put them in different soups and you put them in different food that you like to have a little spicy. And plus, peppers are beneficial for helping correct uh, problems with your stomach and all. but check with your doctor on that. So I'm ready. And I got to tell you, the food that I plan on growing is going to be squash, zucchini. And check this out. I'm not crazy about zucchini, but I will grow it because it's such a pretty plant. And when it grows, it just grows all big. And don't let it get too big though, because it's gonna be full of seeds. And you only let it get really big when you say, "I want to save these seeds. I want to save these seeds." And you let it just you get a plant and you say, "Okay, this one over here, I'm gonna let grow," and you let it grow to its biggest size. Same thing with cucumbers. You get one, you put it on there. I mean, you don't put it on there. You just let one or two of the cucumbers grow until they big in size and they'll turn yellow. And then you scrape the seeds away, put them in a cup of some water to get rid of some of the pulp that's on the seeds, and then you take the seeds back out on a paper plate, let them dry. It's a whole bunch of videos on how to do it, but that will help you out immensely. Do you have a good system for starting peppers? I have heard times getting them to germinate. Okay, all right. That is a very good question about peppers. How do you get peppers to germinate? Let me tell you what I do. And I'm no I'm no expert. I don't claim to be an expert. I just have 25 years of dedication and determination of growing crops in the yard in the inner city. I have a little small orchard growing in the inner city. Oh, she bad. Other people are not starting to mimic what I do. But let me just say this to you. Get you, here's how I do it. Right now, it's still cold. Tomorrow, I got my milk jug. I get gallon jug is the best size to use, but I only have a half an hour. I mean, I only have a half a gallon, so I work with what I have. Cut it in half. Put some uh, soil medium in there, which is good. Is that regular peat moss and perlite? Put that in there. Put the seeds barely about that deep. Can you see that? About that deep, quarter of an inch. Not even that deep. That's not the biggest deal though. You put them in there, space them out as good as you can. A gallon, I could probably put about, if I wanted to, push come to shove, about 10 seeds in there. Now, the reason why you're putting more seeds in than you might actually need is because sometimes seeds they die, and you don't want to say, "All right, I'm running out of time. I'll start some more." You don't want to do that. You just want to put what you need in there. If you need 5 or 8 plants, put 10 in there, and you know you're going to get either your 10, or you're going to get your 6, or you're going to get your 8. You're still going to have enough to start, and then you let them grow, and then you put a liquid fertilizer in there. Once they start getting their second leaves on them and everything, they start getting about an inch tall. Then you're going to say, "Now I'm gonna get me some a real gentle fertilizer that I would recommend, which is fish emulsion." And you put that in a spray bottle and hold it down in there and spray, 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 spray. What you're doing is you're doing winter sowing, is what you're doing. And look up some videos on winter sowing. You'll tell if they're doing it right because you'll see some people with, you can tell that they've been doing it for a while. They got tons of containers out there, and they actually let you see that they're actually growing something in them, and they'll give you the steps on how to do it. But put the seeds in there, set it outside in an area where it could get good light, and also you could get uh, water from the rain. That's what you want to do, and put some holes under the bottom of it where you start to think. They'll show you how to make the jugs. Winter sowing, and the key is put enough holes in the bottom so that sucker will drain. Don't do like I did one year and have it fill up with water and drown the seeds. Put all these holes in there. In the jug, I put about, oh God, if I had a drill, I put about 8 holes in there. 8, 12, something like that. I put holes in it because When the rain comes in and rain through there, I want it to drain right back out. I want also put in the jug, tape it closed with that gray tape. Get that at well, you can get it at Home Depot. It's kind of pricey. Go to Walmart or go to uh don't get no cheap kind like the dollar store brand. Don't get that because the rain will get up under it and then it'll start peeling apart and you'll be like, God, you gotta go back out there and tape all this stuff back together. You want good gray tape. All right. So you got that in there. Now you just set it outside. And every so often you go out there once every 3 days or whatever, and go out there and just check on it. When you start seeing it's gonna make you feel good. When you see that green start popping up out of that jug, you can say, got it. Now I do not have to go to the store and give them $5 and $6 per pepper plant. You don't have to do that. You just get the seeds and put them in that uh that soil medium, like I said, the perlite and peat moss, or you could use that coconut core, either or, and it will grow for you. I'm telling you, and you will never, ever go back to buying seeds. I mean plants again, paying somebody $6 per plant, doing the same thing you could do, and you're gonna grow, and you don't have to harden the plants off either. Because when you put them outside in that jug, they're gonna harden off on their own. When they get about 4 inches tall, 4 to 5 inches tall, you take that gray tape off. Then you can let the plants be more exposed, and then they'll and just spray them down again every 2 weeks or whatever with that fish emulsion. The plants will get big and pretty, and you'll wonder why have I not been doing this for years. I'm giving Home Depot and Walmart and Lowe's $5 and $6 per plant. Per plant. When I could have went on eBay, got 20 or 30 seeds of the pepper I like for $1.95, sprinkle them on there in the medium that I just mentioned, grow them up, get some that turn red, pop them open, sprinkle the seeds in a paper plate, let them dry for a day, and put them in a little plastic bag, put the name on it and the date on it, and you'll never buy seeds again for, from that particular seed. I have seeds right now that are 5 and 6 years old. That's not real old to some people, but I got them, and guess what? I grow them every year, whether it be okra, peppers, watermelon, cantaloupe. I save the seeds. I save the seeds because if you get, let's say you get a melon that grows, oh, the sweetest melon I've ate in my life was grown on my property by accident. You believe that? By accident. I went over there and put the seeds in, and the garden was so big that I forgot that I even grew the seeds. And and what I do is I hide my food when I grow it. Yes, I do, folks. Yes, I'm guilty of hiding my food. I grow them among grass, weeds, and everything. So somebody look at the yard. The only thing they can tell what's growing over there if they look at the corn or they look at the tomatoes. Dead giveaways you grow in a garden. And when times get really tough, when when this country starts to get people hungry enough where they don't know where their next meal coming from, they coming on your property to get something to eat. And think about it. They look up in your yard and they see big fat big cobs of corn on the plant and big juicy sweet looking tomatoes, whether it be green or whether they be red. They coming and get that stuff because tomatoes gonna be high as I don't know what. So is corn, so is beans, so is eggplant, so is whatever you got on your property that they can see. They're gonna want it. They're gonna desire it. They're gonna be hungry, and so you want to be able to. So all my stuff is hidden. My stuff is hidden. The only thing that give my place away is my fruit trees because I had peaches all over my trees one year, and the only reason why people didn't bother them because the time of year it was, and the amount of traffic I have that goes through my area. In the spring, peaches can't really be seen because they're green. But when they start ripening, that's when they can be seen. Same thing go with apples. Apples are green and then they start changing color. So you pick them around, around September. Some of the apples I have. But anyway, beautiful job. I grew them. I ate them. It was good. In the ground, peppers are down there amongst the tall grass. They're down there amongst the weeds and everything. And I put a little stake in the ground that's those bamboo little stakes about 4 feet tall. They sell them at the stores. I put those in. I don't mark them with red paint or anything like that because they're easy for other people to see it. But I know where they are. And that stake will say, and I'll draw me a little map. It'll say in this row is watermelons. In this row over here is kale. In this row over here is collard greens. In this row over here is peppers, whatever. And I put them all together like that. Okra. In this row right here, half of this row is burgundy okra. The next row is uh, uh, okra that's called spineless. Yeah, that's how you do it. And you grow that stuff and you process it a little bit, cut up the okra and everything, and drop it in the deep freezer, and you got fresh okra all through the winter. All through the winter. And you save a lot of money and you don't have a lot of chemicals on your food and you eat that food. And I'm gonna tell you something about food that you grow. When you start hitting it with that grass fertilizer, and grass and weed, I'm calling it like it is. It's grass and weed fertilizer. And when you do that, the food's going to be very dense in nutrition because the stuff you're getting from the stores, a lot of that's grown with commercial fertilizers. It's the lowest grade stuff. It's just it's the lowest grade stuff. Now, do that, live happy, improve your health, feel better, and enjoy yourself doing it. Because gardens have the ability to also help you with your mental health. You digging in that soil, putting it in your hand. You look it up, Google it. So, does gardening help with stress, or does handling soil from your garden help to make you mentally more stable or feel better? And I guarantee you, it'll come back. You feel better. So you benefit yourself in a ton of ways. We'll give it a try. Thank you. Oh, that's so nice there. She gonna give it a try. God bless you. See, I've been preaching for a reason. I'm helping people. I am helping people. They're gonna get food, and they're gonna keep it on the down low a little bit, and say, now he did tell me he hides his food by growing it alongside other plants, and people can't see that. Oh, and I don't dig my ground. I don't dig up my ground. So, some people like digging. I know like digging. I do not like digging in my ground. It's a shame. Okay, folks, that's been me, the morning gardener. And I want to thank some of you for tuning in and making comments and like that. Um, what's that? McDougal? McDougal? Yeah, very, very nice to meet you. And I think you've been here before. I'm not sure. But I do know Miss Sue Miller. She's been here. And hopefully you got a whole bunch of people that are being there. Lead Farmer, he'll stop by and see me. I don't know why he's kind of upset with me, but I haven't talked to him in years. But he's a another uh, professional in this field of gardening. So go check him out. And then you got oh man, you got so many. You got so many. that are experts at this. You got the Bull. He's a gardener. Him and his son be out there doing their thing. And I like to watch his show as well. But ladies and gentlemen, I got to get ready to go to work. This has been the Morning Gardener. Thank you very much. And remember, keep on gardening. Keep on gardening. It's a key to success.